I think it was a certified pre-owned. And there were like from what I know, this is something I noticed later on down the line, because I did not check. Think about checking because it's like, I think this might be the one thing that I dislike the most since I've been owning this truck for about going on 2 years now. This is what I hate the most though, man. I'm gonna tell you guys real quick about this truck right here. If you guys are new on the channel, welcome to another video, guys. Happy Monday. Is the first day of the week. Gotta make sure you start the first day of the week right. Your mind right, your body right. But with that being said, if you guys are new here on the channel, this is my 2014 Dodge Ram 1500 behind me. And also, if you guys can hear me a little bit, I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna try to go in the car in a little bit. It's a little bit windy outside, but not too cold. Figure I should take this moment and come outside just so I can be able to show you guys the truck a little bit and talk about what I dislike the most. I'm pretty sure most people probably know everything on this truck. Not gonna lie to you guys, I would not trade this truck in for a newer Ram, all because I love how this truck front end looks. Overall, I think it's a good looking truck, and for the amount of money I pay for it, it's definitely worth it. And in my personal opinion, I think this is one of Dodge's best looking trucks ever made, I'll say, for like the Ram generation and stuff like that. But with that being said, as you guys can see real quick, I'll give you guys a little walk around. I got the truck running because I'm trying to keep that heat on. It is kind of a little bit chilly, but not too bad though, I would say. You guys can hear that thing, man. That thing sounds good. Crazy with just a muffler delete. What I noticed, yo, I'm gonna get off topic a little bit, but what I noticed, right, since I did a muffler delete on this truck, I don't know, maybe because when it's cold outside, when you start this thing up, when it's really, because this morning it was probably like what, low 20s. It was around like low 20s. And believe it or not, I feel like with just the muffler delete, due to the fact that it's super cold out, this thing sounds super like rowdy. I'm saying, like, it sounds super good. And imagine with me getting some long tube headers and adding a camshaft and going with an aftermarket exhaust system, this thing gonna sound a whole lot better, yo, like crazy. But it's gonna be a lot of stuff coming for this truck, so you guys want to stick around. If you guys are on the channel new for your first time, do me a huge favor, click that subscribe button, also hit that like button. I would definitely appreciate it. But my hands are starting to get cold, so I'm about to go sit in the vehicle real quick, and we're gonna talk about what I dislike the most about my Ram. I would say it's not really much to complain about. You know, I got a good deal on this truck, to me. So I'm not really gonna sit here and really try to complain and stuff like that. I don't like complaining. I'm not that kind of person that complain about anything. But man, I dislike when it start getting cold out, man. You just can't really do much at all. It's just so much, like, you're so limited to doing stuff, like, because it's freezing outside. You know, ain't nobody want to be outside when it's freezing outside. But so, as you guys know, this truck, when I got this truck, I bought it from a used car dealership. I think it was a certified pre-owned. And there were like, from what I know, this is something I noticed later on down the line, because I did not check. Think about checking because it's like, why would I, it's like, it's not really like most of these trucks that come with the 5.7 Hemi engine, like it's not like the V6 engine. They all should have this already. It shouldn't be something that you have to check, because it's a very, very slim chance that you'll find a 2014 Dodge Ram 1500 with a 6-speed transmission. It's very, very kind of like I'll say rare, I'll say. Any Ram you find, like majority of them should already, if they have the 570 V8 Hemi inside of it, they should have the 8-speed. Now, doing my little research and stuff, when I actually did like the full, check the VIN number on this truck. This truck is pretty much like a spec'd out. It's like the black edition or something like that. Spec'd out everything. Not everything, but most of the stuff is like the sports and stuff like that. It's pretty much all I'm missing is the one piece hand, hand stuff, that whatever it's called, but that one piece that's sit in the middle. And then obviously I have a shifter. And I'll say it doesn't have a sunroof, doesn't have the color match mirrors or turn signal on the mirrors and stuff, but everything else is like pretty much as close as possible. But the fact that this truck came with a 6-speed, I'm telling you guys, this is the one thing I dislike the most, because the reason why it's so important to me that, the 6-speed, that this truck have a 6-speed, because you guys know, if you don't know, I'm going to explain it to you guys, because I am planning on modifying the truck. And one thing I can tell you, I never own a Ram 1500 with a 6-speed. So from my knowledge and what I looked up, the 6-speed is like very, very fragile. So you don't want to, normally you don't want to, if you're going to modify a Ram with a 6-speed, especially if you're doing some, like, you don't even have to do much, but if you're doing some, if you add a couple horsepower to it and stuff like that, just keep in mind that if you have a 6-speed, you're going to need a new transmission at some point, because the 6-speed transmissions are not as tough as the 8-speed, which is the 8 HP 70. So you guys want to keep in mind that the 6-speed, I think it's a 6F FRE or something like that. 6-speed transmission is what this truck has. So if you are planning on modifying, you got a Ram and you got the same Ram I got, or if you got a newer or a little bit older, keep in mind that if you got a 6-speed transmission, they are garbage. You want to be very, very careful, especially if you don't have the funds and stuff to want to, get a new transmission swap and stuff like that. I would definitely say to save up and get rid of the 6-speed, which is the same thing I'm planning on doing. I'm going to be getting rid of my 6-speed that's in my truck. Why? Because it is not the best when it comes to, especially if you plan on modifying, or even if you're using these trucks to tow. At this point, you got a 6-speed transmission. I would say it's not really worth it, bro. Like, it's definitely not worth it. You definitely want to get rid of your 6-speed transmission that's in your Ram. You definitely don't want to keep it. My goal is to get an 8-speed transmission. They really not that expensive if you buy used. If you buy a used transmission, obviously the part that's expensive is the fact that, let's say if your goal is for you to make close to like 1,000 wheels, you have to get it built to be able to handle that much power, because that's when the expenses and stuff come. Because right now you can find, like, I've been looking up on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, I even found like a guy that had an 8-speed transmission, an 8 HP 70 transmission, and the only thing was it doesn't have like the 4-wheel drive. It's a 2-wheel drive, and I'm not trying to convert over to a 2-wheel drive. Definitely want to keep the truck a 4-wheel drive when I do get a used transmission to be able to do the swap in. But I'm not an expert, but I'm just telling you guys from my knowledge what I know and what I have looked up and stuff like that. And also doing a swap, if you got a 6-speed going over to 8-speed, it's not as complicated as you would think. It's something that's definitely, obviously you do want to go to somebody who actually know what the hell they doing, or if you do, that's good. But I will say, when I found out this truck has the 6-speed transmission, was a huge disappointment, because I don't understand, like, I don't understand why a person will want to, like, whoever bought the truck, right, brand new first, I'm assuming that they bought it brand new, this and that, and they spec'd it out to all the spec that the truck have, but they decided to put a 6-speed transmission in a Ram, especially with a 5.7 Hemi. My question is why? I don't know. I don't know why somebody want to use a 6-speed transmission, because don't get me wrong, the 6-speed transmission is, yeah, I'm talking a lot of ish about it, but It's not, if you're gonna modify your truck, do like crazy, you want to do burnouts, do whatever, do all this expensive mods to it, you definitely don't want to have a 6-speed transmission in your truck. But if you let's say you got your Ram, you daily drive it, you don't care about modifying it, you don't tow much with it, you got a 6-speed transmission in it, that's good for you. But from my knowledge, a 6-speed transmission is not as solid as the 8-speed 8HP 70 transmission. And I would definitely be making a change to this in the next maybe couple month, year. Next year, my goal next year is to really do everything that I really want to do with this truck, just so you guys can see exactly what I have planned for this truck. But I'm not really going to talk too much about the next car I want, but this truck, I'm planning on keeping this truck for a long time. I'm probably never going to sell it. Then I might look back a couple years, 7 years, probably 7, 8 years from now, be thinking like, damn, I made that commitment and say I ain't never gonna sell this truck. Now I'm selling it. But me personally, I don't see myself selling this truck, to be honest. Once I put the money that I'm gonna put into it, I definitely do not see me selling it at all. I am planning on keeping it for the long run. So my message to you, if you got a Ram, plan on buying a Ram, keep in mind, especially if you know you're gonna modify it, run the VIN number, because it's one of them things that I wasn't really thinking about. I mean, I did check the, Carfax, all that stuff on the truck, but I didn't really wanted to look at all the fact that, the spec on the truck. That wasn't really important to me because I knew I was gonna modify it. But keep in mind, if you're gonna modify any kind of Ram 1500, especially a 4th generation Ram, even if it have the 5.7 Hemi under the hood, it's always a good chance for you to always check, make sure you have an 8-speed transmission in there. It won't hurt to do so. I didn't, but I'm not mad about it. I'm okay with the situation because I did get a good deal on this truck when I bought this truck, and I am 100% satisfied with the truck. This truck is definitely it's a keeper for me, and I'm planning on putting the money I'm going to put into this truck. And I can't wait to be able to show you guys. So you guys, that's why I need you guys to do me a favor. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, click that subscribe button right now. Right now, as you watching me talk, click that subscribe button. Also, hit that like button. When you hit that like button on YouTube, it pretty much people who are like-minded, like you, me, into cars, trucks, a car person, a car guy, is going to send it over to the next person that's on YouTube University. Like, hey, look, watch this. There's another car guy, this and that. That's how it is with the YouTube thing. You want to like, support, support the channel. It won't hurt. I would definitely appreciate it. Also, thank you for taking your time out your day watching this video. It definitely means a lot. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Stay safe. Peace out.